Hi there, Scott here. Welcome to the channel. Dell Latitude 3510 business class. This is a low-end model from the 3000 series. Unfortunately, this laptop got robbed. As you can see, the corner is busted above the HDMI port. There is also damage in here. So obviously this area with the charging port is being compromised. Still functional, still a great candidate to review this 3510 line. If you're in a market considering to purchase one of these in 2024, let's see if that would make sense and where would be the price point when decision would make sense to me. So as you can see, the top, it's completely covered with scrapes and scuff marks. Unfortunately, this got nothing to do with being robbed. The good thing is we still have this silver logo placed in here on a plastic, and that's great because in 2023 that's no longer an option. We only have the Dell logo baked into the plastic straight, so there's no chrome logo anymore. If I put my fingertips on the surface, there is absolutely no fingerprints at all, so which is great. But anything physically happens to this surface, I'm just running across my fingernails and it's got scraped permanently already. There's no way to buff this out. There's nothing you can do about it. Unfortunately, this material is just very prone to physical damage. The backside of this laptop, the same exact thing happens. Any kind of scrapes and physical damage happens, even just a gentle scrape with your fingernails or with any material, it will be visible. As you can see, we have these three little plastic legs. That helps with a wobbly surface and make sure that this intake air is able to take the fresh air in. Depends on what kind of surface we are keeping the laptop. And as you can see, the hot air escapes through these vent holes. When you flip the screen to open, we are successfully covering this vent, and the hot air will hit the bottom of the screen. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with the screen after 3.5 years, so that is not an actual issue. There was an issue with the heating and overheating, but that was due to the thermal paste and a fan. Dell replaced quite a few of those under warranty. The other main issue, what I'm seeing being overheating, is the hinges. A lot of them broke. This is a very cheap build. Look how much this screen bends and flexes just in a process to open this laptop. I don't know how you open a laptop. You can see my Dell Latitude 3520 review. With the hinges and a whole structure. Nothing changed in 2023. We have a same exact build quality. This almost feels a little bit more firm than a 3520 in 2023. You can watch my video. We have a couple things to get through. So this is an i5 Gen 10 4 cores, 8 threads, 8 gigs of RAM, and a 250 SSD in an M2 slot. It's also have a large battery. This is a 53 watt-hour battery, which is awesome. This is the best part of this laptop. The battery still holds a charge over 8 to 9 hours. We still almost have a full capacity what was shipped and provided when this laptop was brand new. That is absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, the build quality is not telling us to use this laptop as a travel laptop. With the cheap plastic and a wobbly parts, I would not use this laptop as a daily driver. I would not transfer this laptop between school and home or home and work. I have clients who uses this particular model. It's literally sit on their desk with the case closed. We have an HDMI monitor, a wireless mouse, and a keyboard hooked up, and a network port is being utilized, and it's great. If the employee gets sick, if they have to do limited traveling only once a year or a couple times a year, or weather is gonna be bad, they can just take this out, work from home for a couple of days, bring it back, and use the same setting. It's perfect for that. This is not a travel laptop. Dell called this as a slim or slick laptop. It's almost an inch tall, almost 2 centimeters. Weight-wise, this is over 2 kilograms, which is about 5 pounds. Yeah, this is pretty bulky, to be honest, to be transported every single day. I would not do that. Let's see what kind of ports we have here. So we have small cylinder size charging port in here, which gets shipped with a 65-watt charger. We have an HDMI out, which is great. We have a regular USB port and a USB-C. Now this USB-C is the second best thing besides the battery, because this USB-C can be still utilized as a charging port. On the other side, we have a 1 gig network port, which is still utilized heavily in a business environment. If I have to set this up and if there is a hardwired connection, I will make sure that this is hardwired connected. This has a Wi-Fi 5 in it with a Bluetooth 5, not the Wi-Fi 6, not the latest and greatest generation, but works okay. We still have 2 USB ports. We have an audio or headphone out and a SD card reader, and that's pretty much it. If we flip this laptop up and looking at the screen, the weakest point besides the build quality, I believe, is a screen. It's a 220 nits screen. It is not bright, not even for this environment. I would like to add more brightness to the screen, but I can't because it's already maxed out at 220. It's not a bright screen. Visible, yes. Let's talk about view angle. The view angle on this machine is also not great. You have to really dial in and find that one particular spot when the view angle is the best and we have the best experience. Again, if you are using this laptop on your desk all the time and you're not really moving it, you dial it one time and it's great. You have no issues whatsoever. Or even better, if you're using an external monitor, no issues whatsoever. If you travel with this thing and opening and closing a lot, you probably develop a hinge issue. Yeah, the quality is, unfortunately, it's just not allowing us to reliably take this laptop from places to places all the time. We also have a 1 megapixel camera. It's a 720p. Here's a little bit of footage. Yeah, it's literally checking a box that this laptop has a webcam. Can't understand why we couldn't have a 2 megapixel webcam in 2020, but yeah, that's just what it is. This model could be equipped with a backlit keyboard, which I like. Unfortunately, this is not. The easy way to tell if this is a backlit keyboard or not, there should be a little pictogram above the F5 button, and that is not here, so obviously we don't have that. The keyboard itself actually works great. The touchpad, not so much. To be honest, I'm not sure if that's because the laptop was dropped and have some issues, but right click, it could be challenging. Sometimes I had to do 3 or 4 times just to get through one right click. Other times it works fine. What we have inside here is we have this 53 watt hour huge battery in here. This has an option to get with a 42. When you have a 42, a small battery, there is an extra 2.5 SATA slot on the side of the laptop with a pre-existing wiring harness, so I have to just plug it in. In this case, we don't have that. We have an M2. The RAM, we have 2 empty slots. So this laptop can be used with 32 gigs of RAM, and I think solid state M2 can go up to maybe 2 or even 4 terabyte. I wouldn't venture that. I would not put 32 gigs of RAM into this model for sure. At the end of the day, this is a 10th generation of i5. It's not a powerhouse. It's perfectly enough for browsing and maybe some third-party applications, which is not really performance specific. Other than that, it's still functional. So let's talk about the price. Like, it blows my mind that this laptop is still purchasable on Amazon between $500 and $600. I cannot believe that, looking at those reviews, people purchased this laptop last year for $600. I'm just like shocked. If you go to eBay, you can get 16 gigs of RAM and a 512 SSD, which is a significantly better bargain. That is a completely good up-to-date machine, I would call it. That's like business standards even today. Dell has a trade-in. So I just, for curiosity, I checked how much Dell would offer for this particular 3 years old business machine, and I said the quality of this machine is great. Like, there's no physical damage. It comes with the original charger. It's the i5 10 Gen, 8 gigs of RAM, 250 SSD, Full HD screen, and no physical damage whatsoever. Guess how much Dell offered for this particular machine? It's said that this machine is eligible for free recycling, and I can drop it off at Goodwill. So no money is been even offered for this particular machine. As you may remember, when we reviewed this Gen 6 i5 equipped Dell Latitude E series, the previous generation, I think it's 6 or 7 years old, Dell offered us $37 credit end of last year or end of summer, something like that. So this is 6 years old, Gen 6, this is Gen 10, 3 years old, and we got no offer at all, just only a free option to recycle. So if you have $250 or $300, should you buy a used business class like this? Absolutely not. Here's the deal. I purchased this Inspiron end of last year or around summer for $259. It's 15-inch, significantly better build quality, significantly faster integrated graphics card. It's an i3 6-core 8 threads. It outperforms this thing any given time. We have Gen 6 Wi-Fi in here. We have Gen 5 in here. The solid states almost works twice as fast than in here. This laptop boots up almost twice as fast than this guy. The screen quality is significantly better. We have 1 year warranty. We have no warranty for $259 versus $120, $150. I would still say this Inspiron is better. The only two things with this laptop is significantly better is still the battery. I can get 5 hours of battery runtime out of this brand new Inspiron, which is a very low-end home grade machine, and this still can last 8 to 9 hours. This machine has a USB-C port. We have no USB-C in here. Other than that, I would pick this machine in any given time over the old, used, 3 years old business class. As a matter of fact, you should do that too. I'm giving this machine away probably first or second week of March. If you have a US shipping address, all you have to do is send an email to this particular email address and just send me a partial shipping address, US shipping address, house number, and the name of the street, no zip code, no city or town, no state, just the house number and the name of the street. And please put Dell 2024 in a subject line, and you entered already for this giveaway. First or second week of March, I will just draw one of you as a lucky winner, and we'll ship this out only US at this particular time. If you have any questions regards of the 3510 or anything else, let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Scott's out.